600,000. 600,000 men kill themselves every year due to mental health issues. 58,000 a month, 14,000 a week, 2,000 men a day. By the end of today, 2,000 men would have killed themselves because of mental health. And you're laughing about it. You think it's motherfucking funny. You know what? I'm not even going to address how ironic it is. What if you had a son, ma'am? Would you be celebrating if your son was going through mental health issues? Would it be as funny? You know what? Fuck you. I'm moving on. My brothers, I would rather carry the weight of your tears than the weight of your casket. I see you. You fucking matter. Do not quit. Give me one more day. One more.
Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, guys.
So far, so good.
I'm kidding, that's a joke.
Never mind.
I think it is very weird, the concept of this Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, which is not a real fucking holiday.
Okay then. But doesn't that text across the screen just broadcast great things to come?
Then why the don't women have a mental health month? I don't see no women's mental health month.
Where's this going? Because somehow I don't think it's about equality.
I think it is very weird that the concept of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month is basically meant to make us women feel bad. Make us feel bad that your guys' mental health is
What exactly would lead a person to that conclusion? Well, maybe they have something to feel bad for, but it's amazing how many individuals actually try to make things that are really about others all about themselves.
Like, everyone's mental health is important. But it's weird that the concept of this month is meant to prove to women that, we don't give a fuck about you guys. We are not your mothers, okay?
Yeah, that is not what Men's Mental Health Month is about. It is actually about recognizing some of the unique struggles that men actually are going through all across the world, trying to maintain and in some cases regain their mental health. But some women out there think that it's about trying to make women feel bad for how they treat men. Well, in some cases, if the shoe fits, wear it, but it's not always about you.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Happy Men's Mental Health Month. I know it's a bit late, and it was only until last year that I found out this was Men's Mental Health Month. There's also the LGBT month as well. I hope everybody is doing mentally well, getting by, because I know the world is pretty crazy right now. I'm sending out my love to everyone. I'm basically talking to men right now, because this video is going to be about, is foreign women better? That's the main thing about this video. But I shared those two videos earlier because only in this country, and I'm pretty sure everywhere has their own problems and faults, but over here is a big spotlight of when women will come online and just dismantle men right there. I think we gotta really start blacklisting any women that are the same way that they have that list FBI watch list of red pill content creators that are considered male supremacists or something. And look, I have not watched everybody's content, and I know it can come off as hateful, so I'm going to assume they know somewhat of what they are doing, because it's not just them, but it's the followers. And that is why I try to have a balanced approach with my word. Just in case my voice starts to get too big, I don't want people going out assaulting people or harassing people under my name, even though I don't have no control over them. But I think at least when people look at my content, they can't just say I'm just targeting women or targeting a certain group. Technically, everybody be acting like fools out here, but I'm really focused on the male and female experience with each other in relationships. As I say, I have no problem with women as associates, friends, just talking to them. I have no problem with them. It's only when I'm getting into a relationship most of the time. Now, every once in a while, you might butt heads with somebody out in the wild, but that goes for everybody, really. Now, I shared two videos there, whereas Lady J was checking the other woman, and that's the thing. We gotta start policing people within our own gender or race. That way, we stop lumping everybody together. That everybody is a monolith and they all think the same. I have this creator here that shared his experience of being overseas. And once again, going back to those videos, this is the big reason why. I know, especially with me, even though I know it's not all women, but the thing is, though, there's women posting this, and these are the women that you see that's saying hateful things. How about the women that's liking and agreeing with them, that's walking around? I mean, I could walk past a serial killer and not even know. I'm just using that as an example. So these people are out there. Okay. This is why everybody needs to be marked. You gotta be paying attention to what people are liking, what people are posting. Let's go on to the video.
Hi, so I know you're probably in the airport right now, but I just really want to apologize for what I said last night, and I feel like I disrespected you because I noticed that you removed me as your follower. It's fine, but I just really feel bad.
You know, dating in the Philippines, in my opinion, is still the best place on the planet to find love. And I really do mean that. Filipinos show a certain level of catering and femininity, loyalty, whether it's true loyalty or not, and I'll get to that later, that to me, I've just never seen before. Like, to me, it really brings it to perspective, like, what have I been missing out on? And it even brings to perspective my value as a man. Like, oh, people think I'm this important? That's something you kind of have to take a step back and reflect on, because most Western men here have been being told, like, oh, we ain't shit. Like, oh, you're not good enough. You're not tall enough. You're not strong enough. You're not smart enough. You don't make enough money, etc. Enough. For how long can you keep being told that before you start to believe, like, oh, maybe I am less than? But maybe that's a story for another day. I wanted to talk about some of the not so great parts about dating in the Philippines and some of the cultural adjustments that you got to make in order to survive dating here. And I say survive, and I understand that might be a little drastic, but some of the things that have happened to me in my time dating here have been on that side of drastic. I mean, from stalking to harassment and everything in between. It gets pretty bad, but I want to show you some of that. So some of the clips I'm about to show you are, for perspective here, are from a girl I was talking to for, at max, a week. Only a week. Maybe a week and a half. and we've seen each other now maybe 3 times. But I've made it clear, as you all should do, you should make it very clear what your intentions are. Whether that's to date seriously, whether that's, hey, I don't know what I want right now and I'm trying to figure it out, or, hey, I'm just looking for something casual. You should make those intentions clear, which I always do to the best of my abilities. There's some mental gymnastics that I think Philip.
Okay, let me stop right there. I understand what he's saying. They only met for a week. But the fact that she's in the place tells me that he's smashed. Now, understand. Men and women are both slimy in this particular thing. That if you are a man, especially now that you are aware of how you're being played in Chad and Tyrone or the thug of the week is getting the cookie a lot easier than you and not going through all the jumps and the hoops, taking her out on dates and stuff, I would say probably to the foreign women then. If a guy's coming over there, which I'm pretty sure he didn't force you, but do not sleep with him right away. Do not sleep with him right away because the same way that a woman will just use a man for like free meals to take out and stuff, a dude will just. And look, I can only speak for myself. Once again, the thing that holds me in check is I would not want something foul done to me. So, of course, I would be a little cautious if the woman is acting really nice right off the bat. But at the same time, I don't usually get that. Usually, it takes me a while to get to that point, unless if she was always liking me. And of course, that's over here in the West. But also, it's a thing of if things do progress, we start spending time together, we do like sleep together. I basically put the ball in her court. If she wants to at least be, we at least be exclusive. Not saying get married, okay? I mean, I can rock it with that one girl. I don't need to keep sampling a bunch of girls if we are hitting it off right away, okay? You're acting like those women that have abundance of options, that they have a guy doing all this, but she's like, okay, maybe I can get better. Let me go to the next floor to see if I can get better. Like, yo, if I get a woman, and that's me personally. Everybody's a little different, but see, the way I'm moving like this, because once again, I don't want to ruin it for everybody else either. So I don't want to hurt her. I don't want, especially as a black man, to get. We already got a bad reputation, so I don't want to get further of like, oh, just smashing and dashing and stuff like that. Anyway, let him continue.
Do to force a relationship with someone they know they're not compatible with if you fit their idea or what they imagine to be their perfect foreigner man. So this is me. This is me at a club, a local club in Cebu, and I'm minding my business. I'm not bothering anybody and I'm keeping to myself. But in this, you can see someone is recording me. And the problem is, I don't know who the fuck took this recording. I don't know who took this video. I don't know who just randomly decided to record me and then send it back to the girl I was talking to let her know, hey, he's out. Now, I have to preface this like,
Okay, I can see alarm if maybe you're thinking, is the person trying to rob you or something like that? Look, I don't know if that's her brother, her cousin, a family member, a guy that has a crush on her that's trying to be like, hey, see, don't be with that guy. Look what he's doing. He's playing you. You have to think out of the box. So if they're doing that right there, unless if you're being set up to be robbed or murked or something, That's probably what's going on. And yes, I know it was just a week, but the thing was, you smashed her, I'm assuming that's exactly what happened. Now, of course, though, it's her fault that she decided to smash you. Though I guess she tried to lock you down too quick. See, but again, if you're going to be doing that, that's what the dudes are doing over here in the US, the West. And that has made some of the women hostile or with the high standards. Okay. Even with uh either is with the money or being smash right or something. They are building these expectations that maybe a man over there may not meet. And yet she's going to maybe start. And plus, remember, women talk. So she has this kind of experience with you, then the other men that come over there looking, they're going to start hitting steel walls of the women, expecting a lot more because of the mess that dudes that are doing this is creating. Once again, not everybody do what they're going to do, but especially when black dudes do it, because I feel like it's representing me, is it always just looks bad. So it's kind of like I as I say before, as black men, we already have a bad reputation of being dogs. So if we're going to be going to other countries and either acting like fools or run through a bunch of women, especially in the same spot. I mean, if you're gonna do that type of stuff, at least spread it out in different countries or something. Instead, you're doing it right in the same spot. That's messy.
Like during this time, I'm single. I'm extremely single. I'm in a foreign country. I don't really know anyone, and I have not given the expectation to any woman that I've talked to that I'm going to give her the title of girlfriend. So all this to me really is just really strange and suspicious, and it's stalking. I mean, like, definitively, this is considered stalking, right? It has to be. Like, there's no way. Like, if a guy did this, would we call it stalking? Yes, we would, because it is. And it's just a lot to process. But that brings me to, why are her expectations for me so high after just meeting me? Her expectations are strangely high, and they don't quite correlate with the amount of affection and attention that I've shown her up to this point, in my opinion. And two, and I really want you guys to hear me on this point, if a guy did this, he'd be labeled as weird and a stalker and strange. Rightfully so.
Yes, that's true. And that's one double standard I'll give women. Because a woman stalking me, I'm not going to be fearing for my life. Not to say it might be that one in a million woman that might be like what's that woman from Fatal Attraction, that it might get to that level. But yeah, so I understand what he's saying. He's right, but I do think a woman, and I already did a video about this when Holly Bieber was stalking Justin Bieber. Now the thing is though, you have to watch about out for her lying and stuff to try to get with you, but as far as I know, she didn't murk Justin and bury him in the basement or anything like that. But a man stalking a woman, yes, it can get dangerous. It can get dangerous. She can get raped. A whole bunch of stuff right there. Now, I'm not removing accountability from her. She should have been more selective. This is probably why a lot of times women maybe should have the rule of not sleeping with a guy until like 2 to 3 months or something. Now the thing is though, she should do that for everyone. But see, she treated this guy like a chatter tyrone. And he's doing just like a chatter tyrone. But he did tell her, so I can't excuse that with her right there. But see, one of the reasons why her expectations might be high is probably because you gotta remember everybody watches the internet. They're probably hearing about men complaining about women and they're coming over here. But see, if you're going somewhere else and then you are being messy and dirty, then some of those women is going to be like, wow, I see why the women in the West is acting the way that they are acting. Okay? Because not every guy that's traveling is a good guy. Some of them just don't have the opportunity to get with the women. The same way with some of the women that don't have the opportunity to get certain men, but okay, I'll use this example for a woman that might be overweight and she feels overlooked. But then she starts losing weight and starts getting the attention. She starts acting just like those women that are snobby and has their head in the clouds.
I think we can all unanimously agree that if a guy did this, he's weird. So her doing it, logically speaking, is also weird. But I suppose because of our double standards, this is just how it is. But then she just like goes full on unhinged and she sends me another video of myself out in public. And I'm just like, yo, this is weird. How many friends do you got here? And like, y'all just gonna keep recording me all night? Like this is creepy. Like, this is really weird. There's no scenario where the roles are reversed and this is okay. Like, this is categorically strange behavior. But it doesn't stop there. No, it's not over. Then she blows up my phone as if to say, if you don't answer, I'm going to force you to answer the phone by continuously calling you. And this is another Filipina special. Hate to say it to you guys, but this is also a common Filipina thing. And guys, my problem is we just started talking. Like, if we were married, if and you know what, I can step back and I can try to look at this a different way. If we had been talking for like months, 3, 4 months, five, a long time, and I'd put in that effort and I made her feel like, okay, he's trying to work towards something. Fair game. This is all perfectly fair. But 2 weeks and we hung out maybe 2, 3 times max.
Okay, I get what the homie is saying with this. It is too quick. It is too quick. But what did I say before? With women is all how they feel. So, and he didn't mention anything of her saying, "Oh, I want to get married" or something. He, I do have to say, if she's acting like this, marriage is around the corner. But I'm thinking, yes, they just started hanging out. I don't know if they was talking before he came to the Philippines a while, because that's the thing too. Women can fall in love online just talking to somebody for a few months. So that's the thing too. I don't know if he's leaving that out. Maybe they was talking for a while, but I know they slept together. Some women pair bond or they get bonded like that, and especially if he really smashed the hell out of her. And while he did say casual, and once again, that's her fault of giving up the cookie too fast and thinking that she could change his mind. That's her fault right there. But the thing is though, what I would say, if he's smashing her, and this is the thing too, this is why I don't get into that body count stuff, because men are not all men are doing this, but see that. But the thing that I don't know is if the man has the opportunity to sleep with a bunch of women, especially women that he's attracted to, and he's single, he's probably going to do it. And then he's going to want to find one that's untouched. But meanwhile, if a bunch of men is doing that, where can you find one that one hasn't been touched? Okay. And of course, though, maybe she did this to a couple other men. I don't know. Maybe she had a heartbreak or something and didn't date for a while. And then she dated this guy and then got swept away. I will just agree that, yes, this is way too fast. But as men, we have to remember when especially if you're saying that foreign women are better or different, they're not used to just giving up their bodies like that and bouncing all around. The one thing that I would say is if she and I hooked up, even if it was kind of quickly, and she's not bouncing all around, I don't see her talking to that guy or going with that guy. It is a bunch of guys in the picture, and she's totally focused on me. Unless if I think that she's going to try to set me up for something, that's the only thing I would understand. Probably like or something. But if I think she's sincere with that, I would just like, hey, let's see where it goes because I know that she has already. She has given me the cookie. And whereas some women do treat their cookies precious, that they just don't be giving their cookie out all the time. Okay? If you're dealing with 304s, yeah, they'll just bounce up and then bounce to somebody else. So I think probably the mistake was that he slept with her. That was the mistake. Maybe he should have waited, but we know he wasn't going to wait. Okay. I don't know. Both of them is like wrong here, but I'm going to side more with her because from what he say, he just moved like a F boy.
If I'm being honest, I don't even think we went on a date. I think she only just came to my hotel room after she got off work. So, like, guys, help me out. And please help me out in the comments. What's happening?
If it happened like that, it does seem like that's 304 active. Wait a minute. Didn't you in the beginning say that you took her out to eat one time? Or are you saying when you first came there, she met you at the room? Could you just say for like a week? Y'all hadn't been talking before. Now remember, women and men is different. As I say, women can fall in love talking on the phone, online. You had been talking to her before you got there. And look, as again, you can do as you want to do. You guys traveling can do what you want to do. But the thing is, later, years later, this is why I hope I can get things situated and travel before a lot of you guys fuck it on up. Okay? Because that's exactly what's going to happen. I already been hearing about black dudes that been traveling and throwing money in the club and doing that ghetto shit. Not to say that this dude is acting ghetto, but going out there and then doing things messy. And of course, that is the fuckboy thing in the West. Oh, I don't want nothing serious. Just let's keep it casual. Okay? How long will women put up with that type of stuff? And the only thing that definitely you have on your side is because it was quick. It was quick within a week. Okay? So her mistake was giving up the cookie. See, that's probably proven that women don't give up the cookie early, because most men are going to take advantage of the situation. But see, that's the same thing with men. If we go in leading with the wallet or taking a woman out, spending, giving her gifts, she's going to take advantage of the situation. So, okay, you just got to meet a person that you two are both on the same page. And the thing that you have to remember with women that are players or guys that are just playing the field, having fun, they're all charming, they're all nice, and they're all kind of chill. Okay? With women, of course, if she, well, for me, definitely a thing. If she has a lot of guy friends, she's bouncing, well, especially if she has a best guy friend or she just always running with dudes most of the time, and it seems like she's bouncing from guy to guy, red flag. Okay, but I guess a guy that's moving like this, then unless if the woman's a 304 like him, he should just be dealing with 304s then. Women that are 304s. Of course, though, as fast as she gave up the cookie, it's looking like 304. But see, I believe that he was foreign is the same way if a man is a celebrity, a basketball player, a football player, or something. A lot of women will abort those rules to be with that guy in an intimate way. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that if we're complaining about the women over here in the US and we're going out there where some of the women are better, unless if you're just dealing with 304s, the, the, the women are better and you're doing them dirty, what do you expect to happen eventually later? What do you expect to happen?
But anyways, that was just an example of Filipino love bombing, Filipino stalking, and hypocrisy. That is pretty common, at least from my experience dating here. It's pretty common. That's happened to me at least 10 times, minimum 10. Now, despite how my channel
10 times. So he's ran through 10 women already. 10 women. So my thing with that is, once again, as men, we don't want a woman that has a high body count. He's ran through 10 men, and if it's like 5 or 10 dudes like him, they ran through those same women, what's going to happen? See, that's what's happened over here with the Chatter Tyrones or the athletes, the popular dudes. They're run, the women over here is going for the same guy. So the foreign women, Filipino women, whatever women is going to be doing the same thing, running for the same guy. Okay. It so yeah. So if you have that power, see if you are going to behave better than the dudes that's acting like trash over here. Or are you going to be the same? Now, despite the fact this video is if foreign women are better, thing is, if they're better, are we going to treat them worse?
may be perceived by the opposite sex, I'm not out here just like dogging bitches. Like I don't do that. That's not.
Yeah, what you saying and what's going on is the exact opposite. You're okay. Maybe you're not treating them bad, but you're running through the women. Basically, you are running through them. The only thing you are probably telling them, like, hey, I don't want nothing serious, and they're they're in awe. They're like, oh, this foreign guy, maybe he'll wife me up. I'm tired of the men here. See, and this is how women get themselves in the trap. This goes for all women. Get themselves in the trap when you're aiming for those guys up there. and then they treat you bad. They treat you bad. Okay? And maybe it's to a extent because you're allowing them to do it. But my main gripe with this video is that as men, we are complaining about the women. They're not feminine enough. The dating, they want us to be 7 foot tall, well, 6 foot plus. They want us to make a bunch of money, to be having a bunch of stuff. But yet, when we go and get women that's better than supposedly the treatment that we are getting, from what it seems from what this video that he's saying, we are treating them as bad as the dudes that are over here. Not that we are complaining about them, but we are like, well, they're getting all the women, and look what they doing. The dudes are doing the same thing. Same thing. Now, truthfully, I won't know until I get over there and have that same type of stuff going on. But see, the thing was, when I was younger in Australia, and me and a woman had a connection, that was the woman that I basically, that was the one. I wasn't looking for other ones. Anyway, let me finish this up.
My thing is not in my character to do. And in fact, it's probably the other way around. When I'm traveling and I'm dating abroad, it's more than likely the opposite scenario. If a Filipino senses that you are extremely nice, overly nice, etc., and they can take advantage of you, they will.
All right, I do agree with that. Any woman that can take advantage of you, unless if they are smitten with you, yeah, they probably will take advantage. But as I say, he already said this happened 10 times. So obviously it was 10 women that he messed with, ran through basically. I don't know if it was always just a week that they hung out together, but obviously they thought it was going to go somewhere. He didn't mislead them. That's the one thing I'll give to him. But the thing was, I'm pretty sure these women are seeing what we are saying online, and they are thinking that when dudes come over there, they're looking for a woman that's going to treat them better, and then they go through the effort of doing that. Not to say that all of them are sincere, and then we take it for granted and then burn them.
Understand that's some kind of overgeneralization, and maybe it doesn't fit everyone, and I understand that. Whoop-de-doo, that's fine to be politically correct. But in most scenarios, that is exactly what's going to happen. So another interesting example, I had came to the Philippines. This was maybe my first or second time here, and I was talking to a girl through Tinder before I got to the Philippines.
Tender.
And when I got there, I kid you not, I just got off the plane, and we were hanging out in my hotel, and she had told me, she was like, "Yeah, I don't really want to hang out anymore unless we're like dating and like boyfriend and girlfriend." And I'll be honest, that's so confusing. I'm like, but I just got here. Like, I just got off the plane. Quite literally, still jet lagged. I hadn't been in the Philippines more than 24 hours. And she's saying, she's giving me an ultimatum, basically. Like, hey, look, this is cool. I like you and whatever. But if you don't want to be like my boyfriend, then I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Okay, and that's what I'm talking about. Then you guys are creating that type of atmosphere that the women want commitment right away. I don't look. I know women are detectives. Okay, they will stalk your profile. I don't know if she has watched some of your YouTube videos because this is the first time I've seen one of his YouTube videos, and he has a different girl on there. I'm pretty sure she somewhat knows who you are. So she probably stalked your profile and say, hey, before it goes any further, I want some type of commitment or something before we decide to do that. So I'm going to assume that she might have played it kind of smart. She didn't give up the cookie right away. Now, of course, that was quick. You said you just got off the plane. Again, I don't know how long y'all was talking. I know women, they fall in love building up the fancy in their head, so they don't necessarily have to even be with you to start forming feelings with you. Okay. But if he's right about the time thing, he's right. Yeah, it's like too quick. But the thing is, he already said a couple of things that's kind of like, he did this like 10 times. He has a YouTube presence. I know she has saw his social media. Probably saw the women that he is with. So in his case, probably, and maybe men that start coming over there more that look like him, that's black. I'm not sure if he's black, but I'm gonna assume that he's black. They're gonna want commitment right away so that they don't get ran through or just smashed and dashed. I was trying to use a different word for that, but yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
And it's been less than 24, I'm not kidding, less than 24 hours. On what planet is that okay? If the roles are reversed, I have to keep doing that to get people to see how weird it is. If the roles are reversed and you just met a guy and he's like, yeah, so this is fun and all, and I'm glad we hang out, but I want you to be my girlfriend. And if you say no, then I don't want to talk to you anymore ever again. But you have to make the decision like now. And similar scenario, another girl who I was talking to, and we had been talking prior before I got there, and I get there, and she's like, "I want you to come to my province to meet my parents and to meet my folk." What? What?
Okay,
you don't know
that
me.
one I agree with.
Lady, you don't know me.
That's a bit
I
early.
could be I could be a weirdo. I could be like a Jeffrey. Like you could be a weirdo. We don't know each other. Like, is that like? Listen, when people are giving you like those kind of ultimatums like so quickly, especially when you just meet somebody, it's a form of manipulation. And they're only saying that because they think they might can get away with it. And even if they don't think they can, they have to try because they're trying to pull something. They have to be. They have to be trying to pull something because that's not. It may be a cultural barrier. That may be what it is, and if it is, then hey, I apologize. I just don't understand, and I probably never will. But to me, that just comes off as just manipulative and strange. Like, and you know what? It probably is a cultural barrier. Maybe that's just something that just happens there. But to me, that's just foreign, and like,
Yeah, you're in a foreign country. Their customs are different. The women behave for all of our complaining about the women in the West. You're expecting them to act exactly like those women. Yes, there will be women there that probably do act like that, and that goes same way across the world. But I've been led to believe that in a lot of foreign countries, the women are more traditional. Now, obviously, they're not more traditional on waiting to give the cookie, but they are more traditional of being in a relationship, being exclusive, that type of stuff there.
I'm not selling anyone a dream. I don't sell dreams. I don't do that. I don't have to. Like to court women, I don't have to sell them a dream. Normally, to be perfectly honest, like I'm straightforward, and my looks carry me enough to where I don't have to sell a girl a dream to get her to hang out with me. I've never been used to moving that fast. Now, in this scenario, we hung out twice. in the span of like 2 weeks. And this is how
That's
she
nice.
reacted after I left the Philippines. This is how she reacted after I left. Just absolute love bombing. And I got so overwhelmed from what feels to me just like the bare minimum effort that I'm just skeptical at this point. I'm like, there's no way you're this into me after all I did was take you to a nice, a nice restaurant, a nice bar, whatever. I bought you flowers, like something along those lines. I'm not getting into specifics with every one of exactly what I did, but I promise you, I'm not doing super grand gestures. I'm not simping. And I, most importantly, am not selling a dream. I do not sell dreams to women. I don't have to.
Okay. I know a lot of men is going to disagree with me with this video. The angle that I'm coming from is, again, we are complaining about the women in the West, how untraditional they are, feminism. Not even sure if I can say that word. They don't cook or clean. They act masculine. We are saying a lot of stuff about the women that we don't measure up. And we go to another country. Obviously, he was telling, I believe every man that goes over to the other country is going to be saying, yeah, I don't really like it over here and stuff like that. Even though you're not selling a dream, the woman probably all over the world already know the issues that we have over here with the men. And to them, they are thinking that they can land a superstar. When you traveling, you almost have to now picture yourself, because when I was in Australia, this has never happened to me in the States. But I remember walking down the street and every woman that I was passing was like looking at me, and not in a way like they're scared or something. It's like looking at me like, hey, come talk to me. I wasn't used to that, especially back to back to back to back. Did that happen everywhere? No. But I remember walking down this one particular street. But this was after I already met the woman that I really had a thing with. And the thing was, I didn't sleep with her, though. But she and I had a good time, and we just spent time together. And I was fine with that. But I saw plenty of opportunities to meet other women there. I've never had that in the US. Never had. And whenever I did have, I was usually off guard. I'm going to work. I might be in the actually, I notice that happens the most in the US. When I'm in a relationship, I'll have other women that might be checking me out or something, and I'm like, well, hey, I'm already with the person. Okay, you are wasting your time. That's when it was at the end. But even then, I had the loyalty to the family thing. So that's my main angle, is that, and I'm asking any of the guys that kind of think like me, that watch my content, when you're going over to the other countries and telling them stuff, please don't dog them out. Okay, look, this is my easy way of how I deal with all women when I get into like a dating thing, is basically I'll treat them how they are acting. If she and I happen to hook up, or especially get intimate or something, I'm not going to say nothing about it. But if she brings up like, hey, what are we? Where's this going? Even if it's a week later, if we had hooked up. Now, usually over here in the West, usually if you hook up with a woman real quickly, She's bouncing around. She's with that guy, that guy. She has a reputation and stuff like that. Okay. Just, yeah, those women, yeah, do not get serious with just because you don't know. And fortunately, now I know how to tell those types of women after messing with them for a while. Now, if the woman she's putting her head on my shoulder, she's acting real feminine and nice. Of course, it's some emotional stuff. Maybe she might get a little like down or something, just in case I'm not giving her enough attention, or either I'm about to go do something and she wants to come. I'm like, hey, fine, hey, you can come. I'm not going to meet anybody else or something. Now she starts acting crazy, overly possessive and accusing me of stuff. Then that's a little different because I already did that rodeo with somebody else. But if she's acting normal and just wants to be in my space and she enjoy doing a lot of the same things I like to do, then yeah, she and I can keep kicking it. Okay? Keep kicking it. See, the thing is, because I'm kind of picky at times, because I have a certain energy attitude that I'm looking for, and of course, a certain look. Now, of course, though, they don't have to be a supermodel or something, but I have to be attracted to them, and they have to be healthy in shape. Okay, as long as they nail that and they have a pleasant personality, we get along, and especially he's taking initiative with the stuff that I like or something, and not belittling me or saying anything sly or slick, and I'm not seeing her like texting people or hiding her phone or something, then I will treat her well. Now she starts acting shady, entertaining dudes, that type of stuff right there. Then I'll probably be like, yeah, I don't think I want anything serious because I don't think you want anything serious. Okay. So any foreign women watching this, yeah, every man is on a different time when they are coming over there. There are some men that's coming over there that they just want to have fun. Then there's some men that's straight looking for a wife. He might now I don't agree with this. Like same way like I wouldn't agree with how he's doing it. I wouldn't agree with a guy going over there, falling in love, and then getting married within like a month or so. I don't believe that because you don't know each other. But I do think because of we put such a thing on the woman's body count. If you're going to take the cherry and she's not acting 304 like with the examples that I said before, then if she wants to be exclusive with you, then try and see where it goes. Okay? Because if you go over there and accidentally get her pregnant, what are you going to do? Or are you going to say, like, oh, it's not mine, or I'm not going to take care of my child or something, even though you was laying down with the woman and you knew that could happen? And that's the thing too in the back of my mind. Even though I don't want any more kids, is a possibility that that could happen. So that's it. I think that's not how the passport, bro. But at the same time, man, y'all grown. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. I just don't want a few men like this. And actually, he's not one of the bad ones, but still, the way that he's moving, still, I'm pretty sure he's hurting some women. This is similar, like here in the US, when I started dating white women. Because white women were interested in me and I was getting some baddies, some attractive ones. that was interested in me. I wasn't trying to dog them out. I wasn't playing the field. But see, I believe now, because it has become normal with the mixing, that they probably are getting black dudes now that are saying like, "Oh, I don't want nothing serious." See, this is the only thing that I hated with it, that everybody started doing it. I'm talking about with the interracial dating here, is now they just muddied the waters, both the men and the women. And that's probably one of the main reasons why, because I know it's decent women here. I just don't know how damaged, or if they like thug of the week, because that's the thing too. I notice with some of the women that I come across that might be interested in me, they're like M&Ms, meaning they're white on the outside, but they act hood on the inside. One of the main reasons why I'm dating other nationalities is to get away from the hoodness. Okay? Oh my gosh. And that's the thing too. If those women start dating hood dudes, I'm talking about the foreign women, they're going to start acting just like most of the men that they are dating. So, okay. Men that want better than the women here, try to just please try to be better to the women out there. Try not to fuckboy them. Okay? You don't have to say that you're going to marry them right off the rip. But at least if you coming over there, especially if you're talking to them first, you coming over there, spend time with them. Let her be the one to break it off if she wants to break it off. If that's your type. I mean, especially if you decide to smash her. Now, if you meet her and be like, and that's why I would say, but I know men's not going to do that. If you meet the woman and you see right off the bat, y'all have nothing in common and you don't really like the conversation, then don't smash her then, because then she's going to get attached. And then you're going to wonder why. And while that's a double standard, remember, women are different in that aspect. Okay, the same way we like to put all this stuff with the body count stuff, it affects them differently. Okay, when they are opening themselves up. And obviously, they probably shouldn't be doing that. This was a long video, but I just wanted to make my point clear. Not all, matter of fact, yeah, that's why I'm not gonna call myself a passport bro. I say I'm a man that likes to travel. Okay. And hopefully I'll meet the right type of woman for me. Now, if I meet her in the States, then fine. But I know I'll meet a better group if I go out there. Okay. And as long as they not acting 304-ish, or they are not entertaining other dudes, I don't mind just talking to one woman. Okay? Alright. Alright, I'm done. Give me a like and subscribe, and have a good night.
You can't take women from two different societies and compare.
Look at the divorce rate.
That's not our fault. Who's supposed to lead the household?
You're the ones that initiate the divorces!
Why do y'all not lead us to be better than and not divorced?
You don't listen. You argue. You're not even listening right now.
I'm listening. I believe what I'm saying.
Well, then, if you're gonna listen, start with shutting up, okay? When you date a Japanese girl and she loves you, you know what the most common thing she says? She says, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Seriously, do you see how she mocked it? That was true femininity, but American women think that that's just some kind of a joke or that it's a caricature.
And you said that women in Japan, like, those are the only true princesses that you've seen.
You don't act like a princess.
How? You've seen me for, like, what?
You act like a Dairy Queen.